Hey everyone, Sean here, and today in this video, this is another channel update. This time being quite much more significant than the previous one, and it does involve with a pretty big change coming into my real life. So basically, though, the gist of it is that I'm getting a new part-time job. That also means, though, my schedule is going to change, therefore, some things on this channel are going to be affected, one way or the other. Especially with the Hypecast stuff. So, right off the bat, I'm going to pretty much like change when these are going to be distributed. So, probably instead of like on a Monday, I'll probably put these out on a Tuesday or something like that, just to kind of give it more room to make sure everything goes smoothly. I'll try to still upload on a Monday, but we'll see if that even like matters or not. Maybe Tuesday might be better. I don't know. Could work either way, really. But that definitely is one difference for sure, because I am going to be working from, well, I'm pretty much going to be working the weekdays part time, but all the weekdays nonetheless. Um, and that's going to definitely change up when I can record with my friend Zawa or Zawardo. So instead of like recording on Thursday, which we always did, we're pretty much gonna try to do Saturday nights, and hopefully that'll work out, and we'll go from there. I do expect more times where we may have to take a break for that week, um, if we can't record on Sunday, because Zawa's schedule is a little different on the weekends versus on Thursdays and Fridays, because that's like his day offs. So that's always worked that way. So that's why we always like recorded on Thursdays. The part-time job is going to affect things, but for the most part, it's good news because, of course, now I have a actual consistent schedule. Previously, I was working with Amazon for 5 years at a supplemental sort of role, right? It's a supplemental job involving with either being a Prime Now associate or Amazon Fresh. And how it basically works is that they give you a number of shifts. You can pick whatever you want for your preferable time and schedule or whatever, however it may fit. That was the idea, right? It's to work pretty much anytime you want, which complemented my sort of freelance style, at least for 5 years. And especially with at the time I was like doing some stuff here and there for people like Max and Omni, and then later on I was working with Panda to essentially like uh, get videos done there too, and um, having this in my back pocket has always been nice to fill in the gap between those things, and that was there for 5 years until pretty recently, 7 weeks ago, I got the letter that I was pretty much let go. Nothing bad or anything like that, because I can. They told me that I can like just potentially go for other jobs at Amazon if I wanted to. So I could have easily been a full-time delivery guy, with the van and everything, and that would have been a full-time job, and also it's very very sudden, right? But I'm not so alien when it comes to delivering packages, because I've done that for Amazon Flex, which is like that ride share job, which you can also do anytime conceptually, I guess, in concept or on paper. And that was my sort of introduction to delivering packages. So that could have worked out fine. It's just that, yeah, it's full time, so into you know the old average Joe kind of life, But for right now, this time around, I am going to be having a much more consistent schedule, Monday through Friday with FedEx, It's part time too, so not that much hours in comparison. Unless this is with FedEx, so holidays are to be expected. The holiday rush is to be expected. Maybe times where you know on Saturday might be busy, so maybe that could happen too. But for the most part, um, I'm going to be working weekdays. So yeah, hopefully that goes well. I'm still in the middle of like going through all the like the paperwork and stuff like that, all the other processes. But I got most of those done, and I'm gonna take my picture. Actually, I'm gonna go get my picture taken tomorrow as I record this, and then I'm gonna be training on the following Monday. So that's pretty much my start, and that of course means that there is going to be um, a change in the schedule of things, especially with the podcast stuff, because we always record it on a Thursday, and then wait till like Monday to publish it, to after uploading and editing and stuff like that, and that was basically the usual process of things until um, that happened with Amazon. Um, so that's going to change for sure of how things are going to get produced for the Hypecast. We'll try to still keep it going. There will probably be times where we're just too busy, either me or Zawa, and so we're probably gonna take breaks more frequently, potentially. But we'll have to play by ear and see. There's also another significant change that this will bring for sure, though, is the streaming. So I never had like a consistent schedule, and I always had like I always had some trouble scheduling a stream at times because of Amazon. Funny enough, because I always had to be ready to pick up shifts at a certain time, and that was always intersecting between my streaming time and that, and then other things too. It was like right in the middle of things, so I kind of always like kind of disruptive in a way. Uh, so I had to like pay attention to the clock to make sure I don't miss out on the shifts, especially when it started to get really slow and stuff like that. Unfortunately, and that was kind of like that's like the downfall of those type of things. Like the pros obviously is that you can work anytime you want, but the huge negative is that the caveat that comes with it is that when there's not enough, you really got to be ready to pick up that shift, and they could be gone fast. I'm sure some people may understand that experience. That's where I was coming from until, again, several weeks ago, I got the letter, blah, 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 So that unfortunately ended that way. Like I kind of course, like anyone else, would like to end it on my own terms and such like that. But it is what it is. It happens. It's life. It sometimes just comes out of nowhere. I mean, things aren't so different when it comes to the financial side of things. It was slow, but luckily, I had um like freelance stuff and like other things to help me out. But like um, and I live with my family too, so that does help out too, as well. But nonetheless, it was always kind of tough to sort of keep it going and stuff like that. And I think in a way it is a bit of a relief, but at the same time, like I was kind of like disappointed that it happened. It was like right when um the previous warehouse closed down. I got that letter, so it really felt like it's kind of like getting laid off slash let go for those type of reasons. And I'm sure a number of people were met with that similar situation. My coworkers and everything. Over time, uh, as time went on, especially this year, the few times I worked per month, I see like less and less coworkers, and that was kind of like, oh man, we're going through this again type of thing. you know. And I say that because that happened before in the other warehouse, and then I moved to this one, and kind of like a similar process, except that, well, this time around I was let go. So, um, but that the first time there were a number of people that already like were either let go or quit, left, whatever. They want to do something different. I've had, I've seen number of people go that route. And funny enough, I met one of them at one of the supermarkets I go to during sometime during COVID. The pandemic and stuff like that. Mask and everything. And I was able to recognize him, which is funny. But I digress. So yeah, that's basically the gist of it, though. Just to kind of reiterate things, I am getting a new job soon, and that means, of course, because I'm getting a much more steady schedule, much more predictable flow of income, and of course, but that also means that I am going to be more busy. Therefore, I'm going to have to like kind of divert my focus to other things, right? So that also means I'm definitely going to stream less frequently. Probably um, the long streams aren't really gonna happen for a while until I figure out my own schedule, because I still work out. I like to work out, and that kind of like takes up time, of course. And I like to do other things too besides streaming. So that's why there are times where I just like to take a break from streaming on a weekly here and there, and that's what kind of happens. So yeah, I'm going to definitely, if I am going to stream, I am going to definitely have shorter streams, probably 4 hours at most, 3 hours on average, because I do come home around like nighttime, and so I'm going to have to plan it for a later part of night and stream for like a couple hours. So that would be perfect for something like Star Rail, right? I still play those kind of games with Genshin and stuff like that, and that's perfect for those kind of games. When it comes to like the other games, I think it could work potentially. I mean, it's not like, oh, we gotta like stream for a long time just to get this like, type of experience for this particular video game or like that. It could work. It's just that it would be nice to just sit down and play for a long time, but um, you know, gotta pay the price kind of thing, right? Yeah, I get a much more steady income this time around on like Amazon over the years, but I have to put off some things, and that's okay. Primarily, I'm a YouTube content creator and streamer after that. That's what I consider myself, and so it's spilled milk. As long as I can edit my own stuff and put it out for the YouTube channel, that's still fine by me. And I do it like a few times a week besides the Hypecast stuff. And again, that's going to hopefully still go, and I'll probably just like upload it and publicize it or make it go public on a different day or something. Probably Tuesday instead of Monday. I'll let you guys know when as soon as I like figure out a schedule. But if you see it happen, then that's kind of like a good giveaway, a dead giveaway. Like, yeah, it's probably gonna be on Tuesdays likely. So I'll probably stick to Tuesdays once I get it rolling with this new job at FedEx, and so yeah. But it's not to say, of course, I'm definitely grateful. I am for sure that this happened right after I was let go from Amazon. You know, no hard feeling. I don't have any hard feelings like that for Amazon. It is what it is. It was hard for me to get shifts over the past few months. I was pretty much let go because I was considered inactive, but they even said like, oh, granted, these times, whatever, were blah 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 and stuff like that. So yeah. But basically, the gist of it is that there's no malice behind it. It's um, I don't have any like hard feelings like that, and I don't think they have anything towards me either. Uh, but it kind of sucks after working 5 years, and I didn't really get much out of it. Apart from meeting people and stuff like that. All the people I've met at that job were very nice to me and very fair to me as well. For the managers, they're always fair to me. They gave me some pointers like, oh, be sure to be sure to you know pick up on this part, this and that, and I felt like I improved with those notes and stuff like that. So there are things to take away from. I do have that experience under my belt now, so I can take that with me to other places like FedEx, for example. And it's just so funny. It's just like right after I got the letter from the email, right? The next day, boom, FedEx responded to my application, and they were like, "Hey, when do you want to come in to go on a tour for the warehouse thing and stuff like that?" I was like, "Oh shoot!" And yeah, it was like pretty straightforward, and they're also nice to me from what I can see already at FedEx. So yeah, it seems like people in that area where I work at are all nice and stuff like that. Um, but yeah, it's so funny because the schedule that I have with FedEx that's coming up is pretty much very similar with what I had with Amazon, and it's just a couple miles more than where I was working at, where Amazon lastly was for me anyway. So yeah, because it was Redondo Beach, and then FedEx is going to be somewhere in Inglewood, so not too much of a difference. It's a little farther for FedEx, just a little bit, and the scheduling there is not going to be so much different there. I mean, it's from like late afternoon to night, so that to me is no different because I'm not a morning person for right now. My schedule is kind of built that way, and that definitely works for me. So yeah, that's pretty much the whole meat of it. Is that yeah, new job, new schedule, which means there are going to be changes for the channel one way or the other, especially for the highcast stuff and the streaming stuff. When it comes to like the regular videos that I usually do, that's not gonna change. That's always something like I like take my time with, and stuff like that. They don't come out on like a scheduled thing or anything like that, so that's fine there. But the Hypecast always come out on the Monday, and we always record it on the Thursday. That's like the thing, right? So that's where it gets get a little shaky there. And if I am going to stream, I'm probably going to potentially stream just on Sundays if there are any like long streams I want to do, and put off like my workout for the time being, and so that's probably going to be the only situation I can see where I am gonna be going back to doing like a long stream. Probably like for a game that just came out and I just want to really play it, you know what I mean? But um, for the most part, if I am going to stream, it is going to be at more towards the night, and it's only going to be like around 3 to 4 hours, which is a pretty okay number, right? So I mean, do I really need to stream 8 hours, 8 hours every time? I don't really think so. And there could be times where I stream more frequently, but for like 3 hours per stream. So maybe in turn, that's actually going to add up for more streams, more hours of streaming per week. Strangely enough, because I don't have to worry about the whole like picking up shifts for Amazon anymore. So I just kind of just like really like come up with a very consistent schedule. So yeah, that is pretty much it. I know I keep saying that, but that kind of how it goes on this channel. I'm hoping that I'm not really missing really anything else. So yeah, yeah. So that's pretty much it. If you want to have any like comments or questions like that about what I said in the video, leave it down below. Like to check them out, and I'm kind of like pretty excited to see how this one goes. And if the job is like decent, then that means like, man, I'm gonna be making a nice steady amount of money, and you know, and this could evolve to something cool. So I'm definitely hoping that it will be a good start of something cool. So wish me luck. I'm gonna go in and train on the following Monday. Again, I'm gonna be just taking my picture tomorrow as I record this and all that fun stuff, the paperwork and all that, and then yeah, we can get the ball rolling hopefully. So comments, like the video, hit the subscribe button, and of course, all the like supporting links for the channel will be in the description below. You can like there are like several ways to support the channel, like the Amazon affiliation link. You just basically shop on Amazon through that link, as you were, and it supports the channel. Rogue Energy, use the coupon code after clicking on that link. You get some awesome energy, and you support the channel. And I think the tubs, whatever tub is available, is cheaper than G Fuel, for example. They're like cheaper by like $5 at least, and even maybe even more during a sale, right? Um, Stuff like that will be very helpful and very much appreciated, guys. As always, I'll definitely still be around. It's just gonna be just like things changing, but I'll be still around. And if there are like significant things to say about my new job, maybe I'll talk about it in another video. So I really do appreciate it, guys. Anyways, this has been my channel update with the significant changes that are coming in, and hope that this is something I can have this in my repertoire, you know, for at least like a decent amount of time. So thank you very much, and hope to see you all in the next video. Ciao now.